What's up, fam? Today I'm by Lawson Lake. Off Lawson Lake Road, a cyclist just went by. This is a very nice area out here. Really nice. And today, I'm not doing a vlog, but I'm going to review on this. It's my whip, otherwise known as the CellPhonzRock-mobile. This is a 1998 Honda Civic. It's actually from Georgia. And I don't know if you can tell that well, but there is not a single spot of rust on this car whatsoever. This thing is mint, really mint. And yeah, I know I'm all sticker crazy, but don't let that fool you. I have these things for a reason. To explain my personality, let's just see. This one, and this. We're already on here when I got it, including that. But all these other ones I put on, there was actually one right underneath the Gallaudet University one. That's sign language for Gallaudet University. So basically, Gallaudet University sign language. But the reason for this, the reason why I covered that sticker up that's underneath there is because it was a bit like not like very Christian. I'm actually a Christian. It said, "The earth is my church, the body is my altar." It's kind of hard to explain, but if you want to know, there's always Google. Duh. And also, I put these on. That's for Summit Racing. Put this on. I put this on. Yes, I support the military. Another Summit Racing sticker. But I have the official logo here. Got that in Vermont and Universal Technical Institute. I have a little bit of interest in that college since I'm taking the automotive course at my technical school, which is in Colony. This is an outline of Sebring International Raceway in Sebring, Florida. And the reason why I have this, it's a 5-speed. And the Summit Racing sticker, this is T10 Toyota Scion Lexus Technician Development. Yes, I'm trying to learn how to become a technician, and I'm in the beginning part of my senior year. I haven't started school yet because summer just started, so a few months off of school for me. But yeah, so yeah, the Life Church. This is a church that's in Latham. I only went there once, but I got this sticker when I was there, and yeah. And then NCC 1701. Only Star Trek fans will get this, but if for those who do not know, this is the registration code, the registry number for the USS Enterprise in the Star Trek trilogy. That number always comes back to mind. And yeah, registration, inspection. This is the weird part about the inspection. This is all for also for New York State Police. My dad actually works works for the state. And if you're wondering what the messed up thing about my inspection is, that every single time you do an inspection, you gotta log the mileage. Guess what my reading is? 200,666. Guys, this car is cursed for life until next year. And I have to get it re-inspected. The car currently has 201,809 miles on it. And yeah, I got a full tank of gas recently, but every single time you turn the power off, the gauge doesn't go down like in any other cars like these days. It just stays there. And yeah, but every other gauge, speedo, tach, and the engine temperature gauge to the far right there, all go down, except for the fuel. And yeah, so I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to pop the hood. Let's see what this baby has under the hood. CellPhonzRock-mobile, otherwise known as Fella, is currently sporting a 1.6 liter direct injected straight 4. When it was brand new, if I remember correctly, it produced I'd say about 107 horsepower and only about 101 pound-feet of torque. I don't remember the specs, but yeah, you want to know? There's always Google. Alright, let's see what's under the hood here. More in depth. Okay, so right here are the lines for the air conditioning. Compressor's right there. So basically, this is the high pressure, this is the low pressure. So when you have the air conditioning running, the compressor down there turns when the engine is running, and coolant, which is like no, the whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called now, but that stuff just like flows through these pipes. So, and basically, it gets like circulated through the system, then it flows into some sort of tubes that are back here that go into the firewall and lead into the cabin. Thus, you get cold air. And yes, it still works. Thank the Lord. Here's the accelerator. Here's the throttle body. Links up into the head gasket's probably right around there. Fuel rail. No, this is the fuel rail. This silver thing here. This is like where the fuel comes from. This is a vacuum line. I don't remember what for, but fuel comes in through that line, goes into the fuel filter, which cleans out all the contaminants and shit, and then flows down through this line, which goes right underneath the throttle body into the fuel rail and gets injected through the injectors, thus into the engine, which is right above the pistons, and the spark plugs right here produce electricity, and when the piston's fired, thus you get combustion, thus having the engine run. And this car takes 5W30 motor oil. I can only run conventional in this thing because if I run synthetic, the whole thing's gonna leak. This used to be my uncle's car, and he'd done that one time. Ran synthetic in this thing, the whole thing just started leaking like shit. This is the cruise control module. It's a vacuum operated pump, but it's not working at the moment. It did, but I don't know what happened to it. Battery. This is the coolant overflow tank. Yeah, I know I overfill. You probably can't see it that well, but coolant line, the maximum coolant that's in there right now is up to where my middle finger nail is up to. This is the fuel. The air box. So basically, it cleans out the air that comes in, goes through a filter under here, goes into the throttle body, into the engine, out the back. And yeah, here's the battery, fuse box, and then these are actually part of the struts, so that's what holds them in place. Radiator, you got 2 fans, and then yeah, power steering, master cylinder, rebooster and shit. And then yeah, this is for the wash fluid, the orange tube. Alright, enough of that. Let's go keep looking around. Now this car is not completely stock. The wheels are aftermarket. This is a set, I believe 15 or 16 inch Z Racing alloys. Yes, I know they're beaten up, but that was like that when I got it. My uncle got these wheels for it, and he probably did a lot of curb rash for them. Yeah. Yeah, this is not the best and cleanest car in the world, but this is certainly one of only a few Honda Civics up in the north that do not have rust. It's very hard to find a 6th gen Civic in the north that have no rust on it whatsoever. It's very hard to find. I'm not kidding, very hard. Something really cool about my car. This happened, but the funny thing is, when it hits past 2,000 RPM, this thing sounds like a Subaru WRX. Trying to lower the sound some, but sometimes the exhaust just rubs against that part of the bumper, and whenever I accelerate past a certain RPM, which in this case is a little bit past 2,000 RPM, about there, it makes almost a bit like a little Subaru WRX rumble. Sounds nice. You can hear it most from the inside. Don't mind the cars. This road's not very much traveled on, but yeah, this is it. Horn. Very wimpy. Speedometer. The speedo reads a maximum of 130 miles an hour. I'm almost gone to that range before, but yeah. A cruise control button that's on and off, but I always have it on. Illumination dial, so basically turn it to the left to make it brighter, turn it to the right to make it darker. Mirror controls, and then this is an unusual spot, but this is the sunroof controls, so basically vent, open, close. A little tray. Don't have much shit in there. Hood release. That's not original. Clutch, brake, and gas. Now I did a little bit of a redneck thing. See on these typical. Sometimes this is a little typical on these old Hondas. See that little piece of tape right there? Yeah, right there. I have some coins in there, just a nickel and a quarter. It's pressing against that button, and that button is what makes the brake lights go on and off. So basically, my car had this issue that where the connector that was originally there snapped off and almost looks a bit like a blue crayon. And when that happened, the brake lights just stayed on all the time until the battery died, so I had to get it jumped. So then, yeah, I came up with this genius idea of using duct tape and coins as like a makeshift switch, and now works. Now the brake lights are on. Now they're not. Now they are. Now they're not. And then right here is the accelerator pedal. Obviously, you know what that's for. And right there is another fuse box. So yeah, this car handles very nicely, actually. This is not the original steering wheel cover. There's no ones underneath, but I don't remember. But I don't know what's like there. Magnet phone mount. So basically, I just put my phone there. Basically, almost like. So yeah, I got one. It's a Spigen car mount, premium one. This one can actually move, but I didn't get the regular one because that one's just a single flat one that doesn't move like unlike this one. So that's why I got this one. Climate controls. Yeah, air conditioning, recirculate, all your different zones, and then you can either have it cold or in the winter you can have it hot. I always have it cold because obviously I get hot easily. I'm actually sweating right now, but I'm not going to start the car just yet. The radio, yes, it still works, but when I got it, it didn't, so I unplugged it and then replugged it back in. Miracle, it worked. So yeah, it's been working ever since. Your hazards, rear defroster, Tigger, little crystal, and then this is actually another phone mount, but I pretty much just use this when I'm using like sat nav. Yeah. This is a very nice car indeed. This is just an analog compass. I got this at a one of those little travel marts. Those little shitty ones. But hey, it still works, so yeah. Hi-oh. And then this came with the car. My uncle had it. And I put this little white thing in. This is actually one of those little handle things for the National Technical Honor Society. I got inducted last month, if I remember correctly. Trying to focus in on this thing, but the phone doesn't want to. You can barely see it for a second. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. Windows still work. Yeah. Alright, let's go check out the back, shall we? Alright, this is the back of the CellPhonzRock-mobile. I got it clean today. Did it myself. The whole thing is clean as hell. Unfortunately, there's no cup holders in the back like there were on the front, but there's only two in this car and that's it. Vinyl, and this is only one of the last few cars in this past decade that didn't use plastic for the door sills. This is all vinyl. So is this, and this is cloth, just how I like it. Back of the seats are vinyl. Yeah, and the back seat uses a 3-point seatbelt type style system for the driver and passenger side of the vehicle, but for the center seat, uses an old-fashioned lap belt. Still works though. National Technical Honor Society necklace, I suppose you could call it. And this is for Unified Sports. I did Unified Basketball for my school, which I'm not going to name because otherwise I'll give away my privacy information. But yeah, this is actually a really nice car, I have to admit. Yeah, one nice car indeed. Yeah, let's go check out the front passenger, shall we? So yeah, weird thing about this car is that actually the door lock for the passenger door runs on its own. So basically, when I use the lock switch there, it doesn't lock this. So I have to do it manually, just like used to, but I don't know what happened. So yeah. So basically, when you're seeing vlogs with AV TV and I'm driving, this is basically what you're seeing. Yeah, a lot of legroom. And actually, the cigarette lighter doesn't work. Basically, the power outlet. But yeah. Alright, you guys have been waiting for this. I'm gonna go ahead and start up the car. Alright guys, let's start her up. Yeah, this is pretty much what you see when you turn the power on. Oil, battery, light, the brake, and the seatbelt warning light. But these are typical when you start the car. Also, let me do it again. ABS and check engine light come on, but that's typical in every single car. Alright, so to start a manual car, if you don't know how, you got to press the brake and the clutch. You press it all the way in. Make sure it's in neutral, like this. And here we go. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, you can hear a little bit of that note. Listen. Yeah, let me close the door and you can listen. It's pretty typical when you're on the move, but you probably just heard it, but yeah. But yeah. The engine's meant to sound like this. That's how it's always sounded. Yeah, again, climate control. Yeah, again, this thing has 201,809 miles. Oh yeah, I gotta get an oil change on it in like another 200 so miles, so yeah. So anyways, that will wrap it up for today. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Hope to comment and subscribe below, and as always, stay tuned for more, and of course, as always, peace out!